Welcome language learners from all around the globe to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Mayoral Weigh-In. Among the pomp and circumstance of British culture, there's a charmingly unusual custom that involves the heft of leadership, literally. We're talking about the tradition of weighing British mayors at the beginning and end of their service. It might sound strange, but it's a delightful and unique tradition that has its roots deep in history. Before we delve into the modern-day spectacle of mayoral weigh-ins, let's take a step back in time. The origins of this quirky tradition are somewhat murky, but it's believed to have started as a way to ensure that the mayor didn't become too wealthy during their term in office. Back in the day, being a mayor was a prestigious position, with some economic perks, and this weighing ceremony was intended to keep them in check, both literally and figuratively. The mayor weighing ceremony is a spectacle that usually takes place at the beginning and end of the mayor's term. During this quirky ritual, the mayor, dressed in full regalia, steps onto a specially designed scale in front of a gathered crowd. The scale is usually an antique piece of equipment that adds an extra layer of historical charm to the proceedings. The mayor's weight is then called out, and it's often accompanied by cheers or jests from the onlookers. The crowd watches with bated breath, wondering whether the mayor has expanded or slimmed down in their duties. While the ceremony has lost its initial economic purpose, it remains a beloved tradition that's deeply ingrained in British culture. One of the most endearing aspects of this tradition is its light-hearted nature. It's not meant to shame or ridicule the mayor. Instead, it's a jovial way to celebrate the mayor's service and highlight their dedication to their role. The crowd's reactions, which range from laughter to cheers, reflect the good-natured spirit of the ceremony. In today's world, where politics can often be a contentious affair, the mayor weighing tradition provides a refreshing break from the norm. It serves as a reminder that leadership doesn't always have to be a weighty matter, pun intended. It's an opportunity for the community to come together and celebrate their leaders in a unique and memorable way. This charming tradition takes place in various towns and cities across the UK. Some notable locations that still practice this age-old custom include High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire, Rye in East Sussex, Newbury in Berkshire, St Albans in Hertfordshire. The British tradition of weighing mares may seem peculiar, but it's a heartwarming and light-hearted way to celebrate the leaders of a community. It embodies the quirky and endearing nature of British culture, reminding us that even in the most serious of roles, there's always room for a touch of eccentricity. So next time you hear about a British mayor stepping on a scale in their finest robes, you'll know that it's all in good fun, and that the weight of leadership in this case is something to be celebrated rather than feared. Long live the tradition of weighing mares, and may it continue to bring joy and smiles to communities across the UK. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.